I don't want to take up too much of your time today, but I do want to talk about something really quick, and I hope you appreciate it. It's down to it's got me thinking. I had the start sheet for the National Hill Climb through yesterday on the email, and there's plenty of guys who will note that we're off really late in the afternoon. Like the event starts at 11 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the afternoon I'm off. Like, how exactly do we periodize our nutrition around that? And like, how will I eat accordingly during the day to be fueled correctly and to be ready for what's going to be just a 2-minute effort? But then I thought, that's probably not going to appeal to a lot of people. Instead, what I thought I'd do is give my kind of overview on how you could eat nutritionally, timing wise, around your work day. Around your commutes and things like that, something that I think would appeal to more people. So starting your day, I think like it's really important to start how you mean to go on, but really making the most of your commute in is a really good way of fat burning, just burning calories in general. So generally I'd say, like, if I was in your position, not every day, but certainly maybe 2-3 times a week, I would take the shortest route to work, and I would ride in a fasted state. So this would mean getting up in the morning, maybe having a coffee, maybe having nothing, or you can have a protein shake on the bike, which is something that I've also done when I've got up in the morning to do a fasted ride. This will kind of this will keep you going at least until you get to work, providing you're not doing anything longer than an hour, I'd say, at an easy pace to get to work. Once you get there, porridge is a brilliant fuel. It's the fuel of cyclists. I think it's important, like, after you've, obviously, if you have a meal then when you get to work, which is like, I don't know, maybe 8:30, you get to work and you have breakfast, or 9 o'clock you have your porridge. Once you get there and you have that, like, don't leave it too long to eat again. We all talk about like the peaks and troughs you go through the day. If you're really kind of serious about your nutrition and things like that, you won't go too long. So kind of maybe mid-morning snack, like 11 o'clock-ish. Reach for something that will keep that hunger at bay. Something like, you know, natural yogurt with some nuts or some seeds, a little bit of honey in it maybe. That'll be great to keep you going. Lunch is one of these where things can go, I think, really pear-shaped for a lot of people. You know, you end up going to work, and if you don't take your own lunch, I mean, that's the thing. Take your own lunch, and you can like make 90% sure you're going to eat pretty well if you take your own lunch. So you're not going to stray, you're not going to be tempted by what's in the canteen and things like that. Take your own lunch, a well-balanced meal, and you should be sorted. You know, another thing you could do is to batch cook. I know that kind of sounds a bit serious, but it's one of the easiest ways to do things. You know, batch cooking, so that you don't really have to cook meals every night for your next day. You can just do it on the weekend, and that's all your meals sorted for lunch. Thing is, if you're planning to do extra miles in the evening, so you want to add, you know, a few hours on when you get on your journey home from work, it's really important to have at least another snack before you leave, as it could be a good few hours until you eat again, like until you get home and you have a proper meal. So having another snack, particularly if you're going to add intensity to that session and going home, is of utmost importance. Ideally, you know, you should be eating like 2 hours before your ride home. That will give obviously your body enough time to digest and take whatever it needs out of the food that you've eaten. This could be like a piece of fruit with yogurt. It could be a bowl of cereal, you know, bowl of granola, or it could be like a slice of cake that's lying around in the office. I mean, if you're going to use it, you know, the sugar in the cake and everything, you know, if you're going to say do an effort on the way home, now's your time to eat it. You know, being clever when you eat things like that and being structured. In terms of your ride home, then, I mean, if it's nothing longer than, you know, 90 minutes if you're adding a bit more onto your morning commute. If it's nothing more than 90 minutes, you can kind of get away with just a little bit of carbs. I mean, one bar of like 30 to 40 grams of carbs would generally get you round no problem. And a bottle of water, you know, you should be alright with that, because you've eaten quite well through the day. When you get home, like if your ride has been longer than 90 minutes or it's been like particularly hard, you've done quite a few efforts, it's important to replenish as soon as possible, properly. But what you'll be doing the next morning, think about how you'll feel for that, and how fueling what you eat that evening is going to carry on, obviously, to the next morning, whether or not you're doing another fasted ride next morning. It's really easy to like overeat your carbohydrates in the evening. It's when a lot of people's cravings tend to kick in, and things like that. So 50 grams of carbs in your evening meal is plenty. You know, 50 grams of carbs on your plate, that's not weight, obviously, that's actual carbohydrate. You know, in a well balanced meal, so you'll have your protein, your veggies, your carbs. I've always said, like, if somebody really fancies something later on in the evening, reach for like some dark chocolate, or like a mug of cocoa that's made with skimmed milk, and obviously has like less calories, and the dark chocolate or the dark cocoa will have a little bit more of a benefit as opposed to milk chocolate and things like that. So I hope that's provided a little bit of a benefit to you. Something a little bit different, I know, but I'm sat in the train station waiting to go to Cardiff. You know, if you've got any other questions, punch them down below and I'll obviously respond to them. But thank you very much for your support recently with the hill climb, and yeah, I'm looking forward to the British Champs now. I'll keep talking about that. I'll probably talk about that in every video, but yeah, looking forward to it.